There's Grandma Beirnes. I've got the video camera here, Grandma. Anything you wanted to say?
Grandma, talk to the camera.
Anybody that wanted to talk to out west?
What would I say? Say hi to the girls out west.
What did you say?
Say hi to the girls out west.
Oh. Hello, how are you out there? Cold weather? Huh?
Yeah.
Yes?
Pretty cold, yep.
Yes. I bet you it's cold out there.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yes, we have the kitchen is full of people here, all dressed up beautifully in jeans and sweaters. Do you know anything about that up there? I don't know what else to say. Oh yes, girls, I'm getting old, but I can remember when they run around this kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah, it was one of the hardest things I
What do you do? Did you?
I wasn't with you.
I don't
That's
think
good.
there was some girl who really know.
That's good.
Camera place.
Oh, they wish very pleasant years go on. You get down to see us again in summer, maybe sometime when you can turn it off.
Yeah.
And don't do anything I wouldn't do. That's what they always used to say in my time. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Yeah. Good advice. Anytime. Thank you, Grandma.
Mother wants to
That's
show her the James Dean shirt.
You get that all on camera.
Yeah, I got that all. I got everybody on. There's James Dean. A teeny bopper with her James Dean t-shirt on.
Funky!
Tongue sticking up again?
Well, I couldn't get my legs up that
Oh, you should videotape
Yeah,
that.
it's a
Putting your
dance.
shower head in, Jeff.
Okay. Here's the shower.
Listening to all
You should roll on it a few times.
No, it's hard when you're hurt. Roll on your stomach, pushing your diaphragm into your heart.
That's the worst of you, yes, it would affect your heart as well. Is it any better, your heart?
No, it's about the same. Why is it supposed to get better?
Well, of course, after all these times, you ought to have it a little better.
Why?
Well, that's what the doctor's heard, so how?
Well, you don't get it any better once it's scarred, Mother. It's scarred. The scars don't go away.
Oh, yes, I know. I'll go away on a young man like you.
No, you don't. You don't go away on anybody. It wouldn't matter how young you were.
He's not young anyhow.
I'm not a young man anyway.
You're not a young man.
No.
Oh, well, that's up to
Pretty near
you.
half as old as you
I'm
are.
half as old as you are, Mother. I'm half as old as you are.
Well, I don't carry anything
Does
like
you
that.
like your
I'm
brown
only
hair?
twice as old as you are.
You're on TV now, too.
Do you like your dark hair?
Yep. How are you?
Do you like your dark hair?
What does she say to me?
Do you like your dark hair?
Did I like my dark hair?
Do you like the wig?
Oh, sure. I'd go out and wig anybody now.
Like anybody.
We get anybody.
You want to talk to the camera? Talk to the camera.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good. I've been snapped a lot today.
Yeah, I'll
I
bet.
can't.
Snapped.
Well, I take my hat off or leave it on.
No, it looks good on, or whatever you like.
Doesn't it look good
Yeah, it
on
looks
me?
good.
You've been snapped a lot today.
I had a red one or a pink one now, but that wouldn't look as good.
Put your other hat on.
No, it's no good either.
No, the other one.
No, not to take a picture
Is that about?
the right way.
Yeah.
You know, I have an awful time with my arm when I go to put my wig on. The
Whoa.
hat will
Wow.
look a bit good.
Try it. See if it looks.
No, you see, the wig is too tight.
Oh.
No, that isn't any good at all.
Okay.
I look better with the other way. This way.
Yeah. That looks
Yeah.
good. Lovely.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
Yep. Yes, that's definitely
Wig the cane.
Wig the cane.
okay.
Maybe I should put the wig on. Maybe I look good with it.
Oh, you look cute.
Your head's too big.
Hmm?
Your head's too big.
Is?
Fits you.
Yeah, that's it. That's cool.
Guido Sanducci.
You know when he was playing in school.
Rock and roll.
Oh, you don't know yours nice as me.
Yours nice as me.
Hee-haw.
You can have it off to one side and
Is Uncle Dave funny?
It's not a hat, it's a wig.
Get lost from here.
Well, I believe it suits you better.
Oh, yeah.
How do you get in the wall?
That one would match Dave's coloring better.
Oh, yeah. The Rock and Roll Brothers.
Yeah.
The Blues Brothers.
Your spoils your wig.
Oh, can you believe this, Becky? Is this
Becky,
real?
do you want one on?
No.
Maybe we should put one on
That
Ruth.
on doesn't look better. Your age would be tell on you good. You have it on the wrong way.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Put a little to the side.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at Dave.
Oh, Dave, that's
Oh, yeah. That's Dave.
Is it-
Yeah,
is
you
this-
know,
is this
maybe price
me?
me out.
Dave Elvis.
Is this really me?
Uh-oh.
You better sit
He
down.
was a girl first.
God, he was a girl for a second.
Put a skirt on you, Dave.
Yeah? All right.
Look like a pregnant woman then.
Was too big here for the big girl.
I'm gonna eat boobies though.
What would I look like if I had one like that on me?
What?
A
That.
shirt,
A shirt?
Shirt?
No, not the shirt, the
a
form.
belly.
The four?
The form of your body.
Well, if I put it up here, then I'm too big up here, you see.
Oh, it's up here. Yeah, I'm hollow there, I know, hollow.
You just let it drop down.
Shirt wouldn't fit me if I put it all up there. I think I'm a rock and roll star.
You are.
Yeah.
Oh, rock and roll. If you rock and rolled, you'd be all punched holes. You couldn't stand to be on your punch and roll.
Rock and
I bet
roll.
you I could roll better than you.
Bet you can't rock though.
Oh, you're a comical.
I had no
What would I look like with one of these girls here, you know? I never could get like
Who's
this.
this? Barry Griffith?
No. No,
To you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear
dear grandmother. Happy birthday to you.
I know.
Okay, now let's see if you can get 6. We didn't give you 96, we only gave you 6
You want
to
to come in
blow.
here now this time? Okay, get up beside Ruth.
Do you want some help?
You want some help spitting on the cake or what?
Hey, start blowing. Blow out your candles.
Oh,
She's
well, I'm
slipping.
just blow them out.
She's slipping
How
down.
are you?
Yeah, she can't sit up.
That chair isn't good, maybe we should put her in the
Should
other.
I?
I don't.
Oh, I've had enough to eat this week now.
You don't eat anything.
Ice cream.
Whoa. I guess we won't have you cut the first cake, eh? Is it all right if I cut it for you and put it on?
Sure, cut it.
Okay, is that too big for you?
Go crawling beside him.
This
is my seat.
Well, let's try, well, if you don't eat it all, we'll give it to the dog. She likes cake.
I know, but
Well, you'll never know when they get there.
There we go.
See, that's all you need to make an ice cream cone. Good shot.
Girls lived in their house, you know, their daughters. Of course, they thought a lot of him, because he's good looking, you know, and he could drive their big limousine them times. And they got him down there playing too when he was in Toronto, and a few years there was. The boss he had there, I tell you, he was a great man. Give him every chance in the world to be a professional.
So what did he do for them?
He worked with the man. He worked with the man in Toronto. The girl, the daughters, you know, took to him. He got a violin. He had the violin then. Oh yes, that's where he learned a lot of the other different kinds of music, you know, dancing and that. Mr. Cargill was the man that started them right across the street from where we lived.
Yeah.
Mr. Cargill was a good one for dancing, barn dancings and all that, you know. But that was his first start there. From that on, he never stopped learning some more.
Never looked back.
He didn't. He worked for a millionaire once in Toronto, and he got a lot of good music there too. They had a family, and he was working driving his car, I think, driving something for the millionaire.
Chauffeur.
Chauffeuring those girls around.
Bill used to learn it too, but Bill never took it as far on as Dick did. Well, it was me that got his verse violin. I was in Toronto when I had an uncle down there, and he was a good player. And
Who was that?
White was his name, relation on the mother's side of the house.
Oh.
And I got his violin, and I give that one today. Keith, or Charlie, I mean, or
Dick.
Dick, yeah, and that was the first one he had.
Yeah.
First violin.
You bought the violin from that man, from Mr. White, did you?
Well, he gave it to me. An old man he was, but his relation to mother's side of the house. Yeah. No, well, I did try to play the violin too, and I was in Toronto at that time. And, I didn't seem to have the same spunk as I've had years back, you know, about playing it. But I did it all right. Well, I played in church for years, so I guess I didn't do too bad. I could play that. Wasn't any good for dancing, no.
Not in church, anyway.
Well, there was some good violin players, old men in them years, you know, down there in Orange Valley when we went there.
Who were
I
they?
forget who was the good ones now even. I don't know if there's a one of them.
Was there any Little Johns played fiddle?
Hmm?
Any Little Johns?
Well, Little John's could have been one, but that isn't all the names that was there. I forget them now myself even.
So what did Ormsby play? Was
We
he the
used to
fiddle player?
dance to them in the Orange Hall in Valley, Orange Valley there. Is it Orange Valley, was it?
Yeah.
Was Ormsby a fiddle player?
No. But he was a beautiful dancer, my boy.
Oh, he was the dancer. Oh,
He was my boyfriend.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought there was Ormsby's orchestra.
Hmm?
I
There
thought
is now.
Ormsby's orchestra was always
Oh,
there.
yes. Oh, they got that orchestra. Oh, them's another generation.
Oh,
of
I
them,
see.
Yes.
I see.
Norman and I can't think of his brother, but Norman was a boyfriend of mine for years, and he never played a fiddle, but he was a great caller off.
Yeah.
He always was at the dances. They
Yeah.
had him to call the dances. Yeah. He put in his time at that. Not one of them are living. Married a rich woman too.
Huh.
But I guess it must have killed him. I seen him after her marriage, and I met them one time it was at some farm meeting we were at.
Uh-huh. What, he was with his wife then, you mean?
Yes, he was married then to her.
He killed him.
Oh, I don't know who killed him. I
For
don't
the
know
money.
when he died. No, I can't remember when he died now. And I'm still living.
Yeah. You and he had some good times, eh?
Oh, years we danced.
Yeah.
And he called off. He was the only one around to call off the dance.
What did you do, square dancing?
Oh, we could square dance, he could. He
Yeah.
called off the, dancing the people, you know.
Yeah.
That was his profession. Yeah, he liked calling off people and dancing that way. Boy, he was a waltzer too.
You
Oh,
waltz
he's dead
too.
long ago. I'd be dead too, and I'm still living to tell the story about him. I think I was his only first girlfriend he
Is
ever
that
had, and maybe my first boyfriend.
Yeah.
I know he had a horse called the Sandy, and one winter he come. I was working at Lawrence Irving's wife had a baby,
Oh, yeah.
and that was on the father's side of the house. And so she wanted me to go down, and mother looked after the baby, but she wanted me to do the house. So of course Norman come down and she got me all those miles and got his horse, and his horse was always a beauty. So we got coming home, and the snowbanks were so bad. Just after you pass the cemetery, coming to go down south where we had to go down to Iowa.
On the way home?
Yes, on the way home. And the diver he had, oh, she was a beauty too. I think she stepped to one side. And of course, I set out on top of the snow.
Uh-oh.
I got her upset, of course.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. We weren't hurt, of course. It was winter time then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was down at one of Father's people. They wanted somebody to help them. I was down there helping the woman. That's why he had to go that much farther to get me to go to the dance, and it had rocked, mind you.
Oh.
Imagine.
Well,
I'd never do that to a man again. Take him all the way from Pleasant.
on a horse.
Dundalk.
Oh, yeah.
Dundalk's a rock.
Oh, yes. It was,
Boy, he sure wants to want to
the
go
horse,
down.
you stepped aside when something came about the cemetery.
Premier Day's
I
trip.
sat
Wouldn't go that
I
far
sat
now.
up on the snowbank on the top of the robe. The robe we had over, and he's gone with me all
Yeah.
night because he's hanging on the horse. She'd stepped just aside in one of those things, you know.
A rut or something.
Yes, and that upset the cutter. Yeah. And that about 3 o'clock in the morning, too.
Oh, he's out that late.
Well, he was down at the dance calling off when I was with him.
And you had to take him back to
Oh,
Dundalk.
sure he had. We were about the cemetery when it happened, I remember. We always had a good horse, too, you know, but the
Spirited, obviously.
when it was winter time, stepped aside, just aside a little bit, you know, and the cutter and everybody. I was sitting there on the snowbank with the robe on my lap. Yeah. He was hanging on to the horse. Oh, she didn't offer to go away anyway, not that one. He had some that he wouldn't. He liked his horses. He liked them good, wilder the better.
I see.
Yeah. Oh, he's dead years ago. He married a rich woman, she just wore him clean hers. And do you know where I met him then? It was down the Flesherton. I came home. I had a couple of children then. And I went to the farm meeting. It was a farm meeting. And there he was sitting up with her. I had lost my husband then too. And yeah, he was still living then, but he's been gone longer than I am.
Oh, yes.
She had lots of money, but it didn't do anything good.
No, it doesn't help, does
He
it?
told me one time we were visiting somewhere, and I happened to be there at the same time, and he said that he went to Florida. He'd never go to Florida again, and that was his new woman he went with, you see.
Why, did he have another woman?
No, well, no, the same woman, but she was wealthy, you see, and dragged him to Florida.
Oh.
And oh, he got awful sick.
Excuse me.
I don't know whether he died then or not. Never guess.
I don't know
But I
either.
know he was around for me to tell me that he never go to Florida again. And that woman had lots of money, too. She could have had a nice home for him, I guess. Oh, I
She
guess
couldn't buy him back.
Huh?
You didn't want to buy him back.
Me?
Him.
Oh, I don't know. I know.
She just wouldn't let him die. She couldn't
I
buy him
know.
back.
It was when I lost my husband, and I know at that picnic, he came and he said to me, sympathized with me in the loss of my husband. And it was right here down at Flesherton, just not far from Fred Russell's. That farm meeting was, big meeting for the farmers then.
Must have been a picnic, was it?
Yes, a kind of a picnic. I don't remember eating anything, of course, but I knew we were there. It was a farm meeting, I think, a big farm. And a meeting they had. And there was a big crowd at that place, too, that day. Oh, that's an awful long time ago. Goodness sakes.
But you can remember.
Oh, yes, I couldn't help it, you know. One thing I always had in mind, I seen him sitting in the well, you know, when you go to these things, they have, what do you call them to sit on?
Seats, like,
What do you call them?
well, lodges? No, what do you call those?
Oh, yeah.
Raised up seats. Oh, like for baseball.
Bleacher.
Bleachers. Bleachers?
No, it was a farm meeting. It was a farm something.
Yeah, but they had seats, something
Oh,
to
yeah,
sit
they
on.
had seats all along.
Oh.
Like
Of
benches
course,
or
I was
something.
home at that time, and there, I went out to this thing, a picnic, kind of a picnic farm meeting. And I remember, and Norman, of course, I went with Norman for years, and never married him either. Had any notion of it. But he got this woman, she was wealthy.
How did she get wealthy, do you think?
Oh, I don't know, that was out of my reach, I didn't say anything like that. But I remember him coming over and saying to me he was sorry for the trouble I had just lost my husband at that time. And of course, so I remember that, I was at the picnic. It was right at the corner, down there on the east back line.
Mm.
Yeah. And he sat in the in the thing you sit in when you go to a picnic.
A bench?
Oh, well, a whole bunch of people. And she was there with her arms around his neck like this, like that. Go around Norman's neck. Yeah, I noticed that day. Of course, I hadn't seen him for some years because I had only come home from the West then.
Yeah.
And of course, he'd come and sympathized with me. I don't know whether she's seen that or not, I don't know.
Maybe that's why she had her arm around his neck. Hanging on to him.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It was funny when you think of these things, you know.
Yeah.
There's hardly any of them now. There's been some. We went to that thing that they had here in Marshall. Do you mind when I was in that?
Well, that was the Cherry Grove reunion, or the school reunion?
Yeah.
At Rockland. At Rockland.
Yeah, that I've seen some of them.
Yeah.
People then that time. But they were some old like myself. Yeah. That was comical too, you know. I was sitting listening to what boys now did the play, and that was the young boys.
It was the Medills boys.
I don't know if it was that name, was it?
Yeah.
But anyway, somebody said about dancing. And she says, well, I'll go and get you a man to dance with. So, of course, I stayed sit where I was.
Yeah.
She did come to the cross with the man, and I was sitting there, of course. He whispers me to me. He says, you know, I can't dance. Well, I says, I can't either. So neither one of us had a dance out of that.
No, but Wally.
But I did.
Yeah.
When the boys, when Evelyn's bunch came up, they had me out then. They took me out. And
Yeah, and that lady got a picture of you. The one who went and found the man. She took a picture of you dancing.
She did.
She said you were so beautiful. She wanted a picture of you.
Is that right? Well, I always am beautiful, you know. Anyway, it doesn't take much to make me beautiful, apparently. But I never thought of them as thinking I was beautiful at all. Because it was laughable. And they were playing, these Ormsby boys was playing, you see, the, you know, musical, and that was, and they were playing. Yeah.
Yeah, you really enjoyed that, didn't you?
Oh, didn't I? I thought it was comical already.
Yeah.
Seen an awful lot of people. You know, I can hardly get that hand up sometimes to scratch my hair,
Oh.
my head. Oh, it's been awful painful, my hands. Oh, I thought I was never going to get rid of them. But you know, I got a package and I just kept them greased,
Yeah.
thick when I'd go to bed. And that seemed to move in, I guess, to the muscle and
Yeah.
supple it up.
Are your hands cold or warm?
Oh, no.
Oh,
No, they're not.
Yours is hotter than mine, though.
Yeah, yours are cool.
I think.
Yeah.
in there, like food, Jesus, and all.
Oh, no, they're not hot tonight anyway. But they're not cold either, they're just
No,
cool.
they're not cold.
No.
No. Oh, I used to love dancing too, and I loved it. I liked life, it didn't matter. I could get out there and jump on my little horses and run down the lane, think nothing about it.
No.
I go put the lines on them and hit them with them, and they'd bow their head and go ahead. There wasn't a horse in any father's stable that didn't know me,
Yeah.
because they didn't have hired men them days, you know. I remember one year father and his boyfriend. Now, and I knew the boyfriend's name. Father, you know, was married, of course, and I was on the farm in Everleen. And so he wanted to go to this fall fair in the
Jim Johnson.
You know them off the fairs they had them days.
Jim Johnson.
It was one Johnson, I think his name was.
Jim Johnson.
It went with him.
Yeah, that's what you told me. Yeah.
And he had this here 15 acres of field. And in that field, there was a fence across the 15 somewhere. So Father had that all cleaned out, every stone picked out, everything was out of it. So he had a land, you know what a land is with a plow when you're going to plow. He had a bit of a land started on that. So he said to us girls that we could work on that when they were away. So we did. We hitched the horses up and we went down and we plowed. We'd go up and around, you see. And I had the wild horses, of course, always the wild ones I'd have to have.
So you had the two going, two horses.
My sister and I would be was plowing. We had some of the field plowed when they got back from the fair.
What would you do, have one go and then the other one go in the next side, or how did you do that?
No, they went, we just followed each other around. It was, you know, a field that's divided.
Oh, yeah.
The stones taken off, and the one field was joined the other because the stone was out of it, you know, and we was an awful man getting all the stones out. No, they came home from the fair, him and his boyfriend, and we had a nice piece of land plowed. We just plowed just around like that. Hitch the horses, jump on their back, and ride them back to the stable.
What kind of a plow are you using?
It's a hand plow.
Walking plow?
You know the plows we always use.
The walking plow? Oh.
Yeah, walking plow. Oh, yes. You couldn't do it that well. You could do it with the land all the way. You had it fixed out, yeah. Yeah, I remember that, and we just thought that was great. Come home, help mother to milk. Yeah. Now, there was a great lady, too, on the farm, but she never had to do any plowing. You see, the boys were all born young, you know, there was only 2 of them, but they were, I don't remember ever following Dick in any of the furs at all.
No.
So he wasn't in I was the oldest, and Eileen was next. We just jumped on our horses, ride them down to the barn, and hitch them on, take the harness off, hang it up.
So did the boys ever do any farming?
Oh, I guess they stayed there. I don't remember that I left it.
Yeah, you were gone, I guess, and then they do that work.
Oh, yes, they stayed there for years after that farm. After I didn't do any much plowing, you know, when I got to be. Well, I was a young woman a good long time, but I don't know just when I got married now, I forget. And I didn't do any plowing either then. But it wasn't that I couldn't have done it.
No. Well, what, you didn't plow at West? What did they do? What did
Oh, I had riding plows there.
Oh, I see.
Well, I did do some. If Walter wasn't well, I would do some. Sometimes, you see, when he was teaching, he'd be out and he wouldn't be there. But they always nearly had a man.
Oh, I
Extra
see.
too on
Yeah.
the farm.
You had your turkeys, I remember. You
Oh,
had your
yes,
turkeys.
I had the turkeys. I made my living from, you know, anything extra, mine was turkeys.
You made butter? Did you make butter and sell it out there? I
Oh,
think?
yes, the cows.
Yeah.
We had cows. Yeah, we had cows, and I made butter, and the turkeys, of course, you know. Grandma Fitch bought me the first turkey. Well, I had to get a gobbler then, you
Oh,
see,
yeah.
So one of them, I got a gobbler and somebody else. Oh, I kept turkeys for years. That was what I spent at Christmas time,
Yeah.
the turkey money.
Yeah.
For everybody that needed anything. Christmas presents, yeah. Oh, I liked working up there too, you know, but it was a steady work, and you know, you got up in the morning, you couldn't lay in bed, you know, or anything like that.
No.
That was a great life, all right. I remember, you see, my husband was a teacher, and he knew how to drive horses, you know, but of course he wouldn't take a bunch of women out with the horses. So this one winter, I remember that there was something going on up the country where we lived, party of some kind. There was a slave load of women that wanted to go. So, well, I said, well, you'll have to take them now. You're ahead of it. You'll have to go and take them. So, of course, we hitched the horses onto the sleigh and filled it up, put some hay in the bottom of it. And I took those women, oh, I don't know how many, well, a sleigh box, you know what a sleigh box was full of them on each side. They were going to some place, it was a party of some kind. I forget now whether it was playing cards or not. I can't remember. But you know, that was in the winter time. And them horses of ours, you know, we had horses. Never seen anything like how good they were. The other team horses on that sleigh, and them 14 or 15 women, one in each pile in each side.
Yeah.
And I took them up whole miles to go to this place. And the man from the post office rode on the seat with me and held the lantern.
Oh, yeah.
Lantern lit.
That's your headlights, I guess, eh?
Oh, right.
Instead of headlights now.
Yeah, that's what they had them. And you know, them horses they were peaches, you know.
Yeah.
So, of course, we got there, and the dance was on, the party was on, and I don't know what else. And, of course, the man that come out and took the team, you know, way off the sleigh and put them in the barn, I guess. Of course, I didn't go with them at all. But to say, do you know what they did? Oh, God. I might have been here now if anything had happened. Well, the man that was doing it, they got the team into the sleigh, and all the women got in. The hay was there for them to sit on. And the man that was sitting with me, he held a lantern. He was the
Postmaster.
I don't know if he was the postman or not. I don't believe he was. But anyway, and he sat with me, and I drove the horses.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, them horses, as soon as they started off across the prairie, well, you don't know what a prairie is like. But you just go out and there isn't anything to see at all, only just the road you're on. you know.
No trees, like,
No trees or anything.
no.
And the horses knew more than we did. As I said to Mr. They good job they did. They took me right home.
Oh,
They never upset them. I was afraid they'd upset them going around these places where the swale was. You see, there was a soft place there, water, and they'd go around that, and there was that, and they'd go, oh, and they never let up on the lines, mind you. I held that line as strong as I could.
wow.
And Mr. Irving, the man, held the lantern so we could see. Well, I says, well, if the horses don't see, we're lost, for I can't either see. I couldn't see the water, the
No.
bit of snow on top of it or something. Well, they took us right home, and they stopped just like that in front of the post office.
Wow.
Just like that, the horses did. So, of course, I jumped out, and I went right to their heads. I seen, you see that, never put the things in their mouths. Them fellas that sent us out.
So where would they be? Under their chins? Like on their
Oh,
chests?
they buckled them here under and they had it under the chin, the bits,
Yeah.
the bits.
So they wouldn't know enough to stop?
I couldn't hold them,
No.
and I'd hold them back.
Wow.
And we went around soil holes, you know, then there'd be snow on top of it and everything, and they escaped everything. And we got into Dunkirk, and they stopped just like that in front of the post office. Of course, the man was sitting holding the lantern was the post office man, I was driver. So I jumped out to see, and I thought something was wrong, or I couldn't help it, no. I didn't know it. I got out and seen what they'd done on us, all right. But we done well to get home. Of course, the snow would have saved us. It wouldn't have hurt us if we had been thrown out, you know.
Well, unless you got thrown in the water.
That was what I was afraid of. That the horses wouldn't know where the pools were, you know, because they were frosted over. The ice over. But them horses went home, and I just held them as tight as I could. And Mr. Dinwood, he sat beside me, holding the lantern. And they stopped right as soon as I got them in front of the store. Those horses did. Oh, nearly enough to knock you out, you know, because they were going some whiplash. Yeah. So, I seen what was wrong, but there was no use of saying anything. If I had been a man, I might have killed a half a dozen of them. But the cat, something
That's kind of a dirty trick, eh?
Yeah, well, wasn't that a dirty trick?
Was that, do you think that was?
You see, you couldn't get hurt,
No.
but you'd be lost. You'd be
Yeah.
in the snow. And
You'd have to walk.
if you went into a place where it wasn't all thought out, you know,
You'd have to walk for miles, you'd be
the
frozen.
horses
Yeah.
never stopped. From the time they left that man's place, they were
Do you think they were picking on you because you were?
Americans. They were Americans, and
Oh, I
they had all been invited to this dance, you know,
Oh, I see.
and a card party or something they had, of course.
You think it was-
Women, you know.
Yeah.
But I forget how many was there. Well, you know, a wagon box, and they were full of women
Mhm.
when I was driving.
Do you think they knew?
They got me to do the doing. None of the women that was there wouldn't know what was wrong with the horses. I don't suppose.
Maybe that's why they did it.
Well,
Figured
say
they'd
was
pull a
I
trick
ever
on it.
mad, and I went home because my husband, I said, I just feel like going right back and giving him a piece of my mind. Well, he says it wouldn't do any good now anyway. He wasn't with us, you see, it was
Yeah.
a woman's affair. I never forgive them. You know, I would have tore right into them if it hadn't been for my husband. But he said, there's no use now, you know, it's over, and you weren't hurt or anything, you know. The horses had more brains than we had, no more brains than the men had.
Yep.
I never forgot that for a long time. I said I would take another chance like that with that kind of people. Oh dear, that's terrible.
Something for everything.
That is.
I was cheap.
But it would work, wouldn't it? We'd go nice in here. I had something to fill it up with.
Well, if it hadn't been in nicer weather, you know, it wouldn't have been so bad. But anyway, of course, you couldn't go.
But you couldn't get nicer weather in the wintertime.
No, you couldn't, no. And the poolers, you see, weren't always solid, but it was a good thing they weren't too bad. The horses got through them anyway. Of course, we had a good team, you know. Them horses. I plowed the fields with them and I was in the west. Of course, they knew me, all right. But I often thought in my own mind afterwards that we should have given them fellas an offer. Should have sung some to the guys that done that on us.
Should have shot their horses.
So I was those
Should have
foreigners.
shot them.
Should have
That
shot
was
them.
those foreigners, they didn't know where's the bit.
No, they weren't foreigners, it was a
They were
Scotch,
Americans.
it was a Scotch bunch
sorry.
that was there. You know, the Scotch people.
Oh.
They had been invited to.
They're drinking scotch.
We had this time, of course we had horses all day, didn't we? We got home, the horses were none the worse at all. I was the worst because I was mad. And of course the people we went with, you couldn't say anything. All the women.
You never told them?
All the women that was with me was scared pretty bad.
Oh, were they?
You know,
I
they
thought you
didn't
never
say
told them.
too much. No, they didn't say any more than they were. Yeah, they got home to Dunkirk anyway. Oh, yeah, always somebody had to do the trick on me, I guess, you know,
I guess
in
so.
life.
Keeps.
Hadn't have been a good driver for one thing, too. Yeah. We built a shed, we built a nice dancing hall over there when we were there too, and Walter was teaching school. Put up a nice, new building for dancing and eating and, you know, parties like that.
Community center,
Hmm?
like a community center,
What?
or like a community center?
Yes, it was a community center, the first one they had in Dunkirk. It happened to be across the railroad track. You see, the railroad runs right past the store, you might say. But it was across that. Oh, they had lots of good fun there. They had a good musicians there too, a man and a woman, and somebody on the piano. Just could dance anything.
And the woman on the piano, that's anything.
Yes, he was playing.
The sun's out.
She was from one of these, from Norway, North.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were good musicians, you know, them
Oh,
fellas in
yeah.
that country. Oh, yes.
Can you take a picture and tickle at the same time?
What they play?
It's not raining, but. They used to dance in the school, of course, you see, at one time, took one over. I guess it was shortly after maybe he went up there, they had stopped that, they got this other hall made, and it didn't need the school then.
There's all to be involved.
Dunkirk.
Oh, what you talking about? What's she got in your ear?
I don't know what it is. He was just saying that you and Walter made a community hall at Dunkirk. I never knew that.
Well, they built it.
Yeah.
I didn't make it.
No, you built it.
Yeah, we built it, and it was a nice one too, and oh, nice night, I danced. And it. There was anything, of course, when Walter was teaching, you know, and I guess his wife had to do a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
Get me to serve ice cream, I think, oh, that was.
Did you know you had coffee here?
Did I know?
It's a little cool now, maybe it's,
Oh, when did that come?
well, quite a while ago.
I made it a long time ago.
So
It's all right, just leave it just right there.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. I can't drink too much, because you know, then I have to go somewhere.
We have a bathroom. You can go if you need to.
We'll give you a pot.
Huh?
We'll give you a pot.
Oh, I can't sit in one of them on the pot.
Measurements, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch,
Would be a mayor. A mayor. Yeah, a mayor. How do you pronounce that? I can't get around it. Mayor, is it? That man, that's him then.
Yep.
His hair is too gray now, he must be getting old. He couldn't handle the words, you know, if he doesn't have some strength. Now, who is this man?
I guess they're both the man.
Oh, you mean that is him altogether, like he has 4 faces or 4 outlooks on him. The man, now what's that there? No, that isn't the.
Man.
A man who would be mayor. Oh, yeah, let's see, well, that must mean all those things. The 4 fellows is one. There's one mayor.
Yeah, I think there's going to be an election.
That means
There's not, mostly I read all them things too. Plans, draws. Oh, I'm not getting that right. What is that man doing?
This man here?
Hmm.
Okay, that is the Alberta. I'm in trouble here because
Well,
let me just have a look here. That's the Alberta
Oh,
finance minister, I think.
right.
That's his name.
Well, they were pretty good ministers, although years ago I can remember about them. Post Canada. Well,
Hostage.
Hostage, oh, I was going to say hostage.
Lozenge.
This man is.
Interest rates holds Canada hostage. They're pretty low. And apparently
Interest, yes.
the interest rates are pretty low and there's still an inflation rate that's going high somehow.
Well,
How that happens, I don't know.
they get low and then what happens if you,
Daddy.
well,
Too
they're
heavy?
high enough.
Yep.
You have no money, it never can be steady much on everything. A man who would be mayor, yes, he's going to be a mayor, he better not bother, he better go and plow, he'd be better off than working for the government, I believe. Because if you plowed and working, and your horse was working, you were working, you're earning something, and then when the prices go up, you have that plow to fall back on. You know, people don't always think that. They'll have something to fall back on when the right time comes to make you have money. Sometimes, what's that? There's sometime at a little royal. Oh, it must be a little royal. That's the people who belongs to the king and queen.
What does
Sometimes a little
W spell?
Show.
royal.
Oh, it's likely
I'll show.
it's likely like a fall fair. Is it a royal show?
Showtime at Little Royal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show.
That's an agricultural fair.
At Little Royal. Showtime.
Oh, showtime at a little royal.
At
That's
Little
these people here, are they?
Yep, that's a agricultural fair. I don't know where that one is, but
Oh, some show they're at.
Yeah.
Well, little kids to ride on these cows or something.
oh yeah, they show their calves. That's where they go to show their calves at it.
A man who would mayor. Yeah. Well, you know, there's a pretty good fellow has to be to do that, because I mean, looking over the people and see who he's, how you can fix them to be happy. There's somebody getting interest in Coles Canada, LOS.
Hostage.
Huh?
It's hostage.
Hostage. Oh, who is he? An interest Coles Canada.
Hostage. Yeah, it's the-
LOS.
Yeah, the interest rates. Yeah, hostage. Yeah, it's the interest rates
Oh.
of Canada.
Oh, this here enters the first one then holds interest, is it?
Yeah, interest.
Holds Canada hostage. That means, huh?
That means that
They're not doing up, making up extra for people.
They're not make extra money for people, so they don't want to keep their money in banks too much because they're not making any interest.
Oh, see, I did hear about that. So, quite a while about why big, all your money in the bank, why don't you take it out and get it going around?
Yeah,
You seem to thought better of it.
really? Oh, that's interesting. I never heard of
I
that.
don't know how you could do that.
Well, nobody else is doing it, so you'd be the only one that's...
I thought if you ever had such any feelings and wouldn't do as I told, I was kidding.
Oh, he's happy as hell.
Every time you see anybody in the room, I'm always talking to her, but my neighbor. Come back.
Are you listening, Bill?
Yes. The grandkids, because I was thinking, how can I go to church or trips with my stockings? But I can't wear this skirt, of course, is long enough and shed.
Do you want tea, Pam, or a little bit of cherry brandy?
What?
We had a drink for you for your birthday.
Oh, we're having a drink.
Yeah, you and Pam.
Oh,
Do
Just
you want
the two
some
of us?
scotch?
No, thank you.
now you have
drink.
Oh,
Big belly or what?
Mrs. Strong?
Well, orange is strong.
What is drink? What am I drink? A drunk dog would be like. Maybe give me some.
Don't you dare be teaching that dog to drink.
I'm afraid, you see, I won't be able to talk if I take any more.
Well, don't take any more then.
No, give it back to Pam.
No, you want it back?
Well, you took mine.
He's gonna take a picture, I guess. Am I fit for a picture?
I know, smile.
You're fit. Smile.
You're on Canadian camera.
Nothing to laugh about now.
Oh, you gotta keep moving.
Oh, moving.
That
Keep-
guy's name.
Make a wish.
What did you say? Make a what?
Wish. You have to make a wish.
Oh, I wish.
No, you can't tell anybody.
Huh?
You can't
Don't tell us.
You have to make
I
it
mustn't
secret.
tell him. Oh, I'm not very secretive of keeping
Well, you can tell us you're old enough, I guess.
Oh, I think it's beautiful.
I think you're
And
old
I've
enough to
lived
do
this
anything.
long, and that God has given me the strength, and He hasn't made me, and I really want
Just blow your candle.
What's the talk? Look at the smoke that came up. Look at the smoke at me. Oh.
Oh, this is funny.
What?
Thank
Okay.
He's taking a picture of you.
Where is he?
Yeah,
Where-
tell a story now.
Oh, how will I smile? Which side do you want?
No, just tell a story.
Oh, what kind of story?
Well, but your, I don't know.
My future or my life?
Yeah, future probably.
I don't know. My future is very good. I'm going to stay on the right track. I enjoy my friends. Oh, do I fret even in the home I'm in today. They're good to me, you know. Everybody likes me. I played the violin for years for them. And now I can do the thing to make a bit of music. That's what makes me sore of things. But I do thank the Lord for all that we all have a happy life even. And in my 90 years it's been, of course you all know that I've had troubles and sorrows. And
Okay, that's enough of that.
so, where do you want me to look?
That's
Did you hear somebody was saying that there was a couple that were married for 80 some years, 80 years that were in the paper or on radio.
Yeah, Charlie was
Yeah, wasn't that be quite a
Yeah.
feat? Quite a feat.
83 years.
80 is
Well, I
it?
did in Mr. Lotta while I was
81 years.
Oh, 81 years.
I was married. How many years am I married? But I had 3 husbands. I had 3 worlds to live in. Three families to look after.
Well, I was doing it the hard way.
And not one of them throwed me out.
Well, I guess not.
Married for 70 years and only 3 husbands.
Only.
I was doing it the hard way.
He was waiting for his girlfriend to come over.
Oh,
But she didn't make
he
it.
has a lot to do.
Yeah.
Having a girlfriend. At his age, he ought to know better.
That's true. All of us should.
Hey?
All of us should know better. Except
Do
for...
you think I look good enough that way?
I think
Yes.
so. I think you look beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful, yeah.
You want my face or what you said?
Yes.
I've got
How about that?
a good medium shot of all of you, most of you.
Might be better off with the glasses.
No,
Take
it
the
looks,
glasses off.
no, it looks fine.
No, you look
You
good.
don't need them
Oh,
off.
all right, let her go.
Yeah, it's going.
Say hello, Grandma.
Hello.
Hello. And
How many times?
so okay, try another one.
Hi, hello.
That's good. And how are things at the?
Oh, just fine.
That's good.
We're having a wonderful time today up on the little farm with my sons, and it's just great. Just great.
So, how many Christmases is this you've seen now?
Um,
It must be over 93 Christmases you've seen since.
How many years is it?
Oh, you're 93.
Yeah,
93.
yeah. Is this?
I mean, I guess it would be watery. Did March the snow off the ground?
No.
Oh. I don't know.
What are you sipping on today, Justin?
For me?
Things is getting less for me to remember than they have been in the last 5 years. Just now, in the last 2 or 3 years, well, I notice it worse now than the last 2 years. But I forget better than I ever did.
Better than ever did.
Yeah, better than I ever did. Better than that.
Better than I ever remember than I ever forgot.
This place doesn't look any more like what I used to know than I don't remember this. Did we have that on?
The stack? No.
There for 15 years.
How many?
15.
It seems
So it
one
wasn't
time
always
I
yours.
was here when they had some trees there too, I thought.
Well, there's 2 trees right there.
And there was something in us at that time. The
Swing.
trees.
There's a swing in it. Swing's still there.
And going down here, I kind of remember that. Yes.
About
It's
it.
too bad.
Right
You
with
get
it.
the old too, darling. You'll get hurt. Your heart will be broke. Yes. I think he knew my voice, he must. Did you know my voice? What dog was he? Did he know me when I lived here?
No.
No.
But you've been here a few times, so.
No.
You've been here a lot of times since she's been here.
Me.
Yeah. But anybody that'll pat her, she'll stay there and get patted all day.
He's come right to me to remember. I can't remember what she was doing. When he got here. Oh, yes, I know. Yes, indeed, you're like Grandma. And it, you're getting old like Grandma. Do you?
Oh,
What's
young.
his name?
Augie.
Augie. That's an awful name to give you. They could have called you something nicer
Okay, her
than
name's,
that.
her name's Sam.
Hmm?
Sammy.
Name's Sammy. You want to call her whatever you want. She doesn't care.
He must know my voice, I suppose. He's coming right here.
She doesn't care what you call her.
Hmm?
I don't think she cares what you call her. Don't make Augie call her anything else.
Well, that's the way with me. I got two that I pick up the call. Yes, oh, don't go away too far. You were going to get your picture taken. Don't you know that? Eh? See the hot there, how that sun is?
Yeah, it's hot, isn't it? Feels pretty good for October.
Real nice deer season.
Yeah. The deer would be out sunning themselves. You could go out and pick them off.
I'll
Go
have
sit
enough
beside the hill and
picture.
Yeah.
sun ourselves.
That's right. Sun yourselves too.
I'm... What's her name?
Augie.
Whatever you want to call her.
What do you call her?
Sammy.
Augie.
We call her Augie, but you said that's a
Augie.
terrible name.
Yes, he likes that baby.
Because I called her.
You what?
Call her and she'll come to you.
I don't know her name.
Augie.
Augie. Augie. Oh, you come too. Did you call me? Yeah. Well, you know that's a glass of water and you don't want it. Were you a pup once? Huh?
I guess she likely was. You-
How long have you had it?
We've had her for 3 years, I guess.
How much?
3 years, I think.
3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, that is long.
She wasn't a pup when we got her.
Yeah, she's about 1.5 years old when we got her. When she got us.
She had 10 pups. She had 10 pups the first year she was here.
She had 10.
Yeah.
Oh. You don't have any now, I suppose.
No.
Have you no horses running around?
No.
No horses, no cattle?
No cattle.
Where's the cattle?
Up at the barn.
Oh, up at the barn. In this or out of it?
Out of it.
I can remember a little about when I first got this farm.
So you seen them a couple of weeks ago and I took you back there.
Yeah, something. I remember. I like this farm too, working with helping out. I can't remember too much about the work we did there.
Nice you can forget about the work anyway. It's nice you can forget about the work.
How many acres still?
100.
That's what they are. Oh, there's a plane.
You're picking them on videotape.
Della. Yeah.
That one might.
I think the girls are still living.
He's on tape.
One lives with me for usually. One lives
Which
with
tree
me.
is that? Hope he's gone. He's out of my sight now.
Iowa.
Frame with the little butternut branches and
Yeah, what was her name?
He's just a motoring.
She lived too.
I guess so.
This is just one live in Ireland.
As far as I know.
Not too big.
Married the same man, I think. Married some dang man. A man. Oh, he's old. One time he must have been young.
I guess it went long. Too many years married, Isla. Isla was one of them daughters, Isla. Isla Dennett, was it Isla Dennett?
Yep, that would be right. Isla Dennett.
Where is she now, I wonder?
Oh, I'm sure they're dead long ago.
There! Well, was there any other children besides Isla to that couple?
I never knew them, so I couldn't tell you, but maybe Dad could.
She made that kind of.
I live what now?
There's
Dennett.
I mean, she walked
Dennett.
there.
Yep.
That's today.
Dennis.
No, I couldn't tell you if they had any children or not.
I can't remember. Well, I think she was a young girl when I knew her.
Mm-hmm.
What was that man's name? Dennett name. What was his father's name? I don't
Steve.
know. Father.
Steve.
Oh, Steve, yes. Steve Dennett.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't see any of the orange trees now, do you?
No, I never did see them.
They were
Orange trees?
orange trees.
Oh, right.
Two, eh?
Orange trees.
Orange trees, yeah. The
Ormsby.
Ormsby's. Oh, I thought you said Orangeby's. No, I don't remember Ormsby's.
Mr. and Mrs. Norman was one of the sons' names.
Norm Ormsby.
The oldest Norman Ormsby.
The one Dennett girl came here one time.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember she came and never looked around the barn and that?
Yeah.
There was beef and storm.
Yeah, they came over one Sunday afternoon.
She made Ormsby.
No, it wasn't a Sunday.
Oh,
Might have been a Saturday.
yeah, I remember I took her up and she looked around there.
Norman. Norman.
She didn't sound like she ever thought too much of her dad.
Yeah. Well, she had no
he
business
could
to
have
say
done
that.
alright on.
Eh?
He said he could have done alright. He worked hard enough and everything. But
Oh, sure.
he would swear and cuss a lot.
That's
He always
just-
said,
now, what
buy
was his
grapes,
name?
buy
Dennis.
grapes, oh, buy grapes.
Oh, well,
He thought that was terrible.
I guess he wouldn't go to the church either, that Gospel Workers Church was another thing.
Oh, I don't know
And
which
the
church
rest
he
of
went.
them did go to that when we were kids.
Oh, did they? I don't know.
Where's Harry and his wife?
You're just down the road here.
Osborne.
You've asked us that 3 times today.
Just across the road.
That's the 3rd time today. She's asked us that 3 times today.
Oh, yes. Did he marry? I knew her well enough, I guess.
Ruth.
Mary Ruth Osborne.
Wakefield. Ruth Wakefield.
Yeah?
Ruth?
Wakefield.
Oh, Wakefield. I know the name, but I don't remember her last surname.
Well, that's what May was, wasn't she? May was
Yes,
Wakefield.
May's Ruth's sister.
May Wilson was a Wakefield.
May Wilson.
She was married to Harold.
None of us know. Who is she?
She married.
Harold.
Oh, Harold? What did you say it was?
May was a Wakefield.
Oh, yes, now I know who you mean.
You know the May that was in to visit you today?
Was it?
She was there today.
May Wilson. Oh, yes. It's a corker. I should not know who I am.
Who are you?
I don't know.
Well, that came sooner than we thought. Ormsby.
Well, you see, I had 3 marriages, you see. It's a lot to remember.
Who were you married to?
A man.
3 minutes.
Who were they?
Nice fellas.
What were their names?
Oh, let me see now. The first man I married, relation to me. I was going to say the orange trees. No, not the orange trees. Somebody lived in Orange.
Yeah, you were married to an Ormsby.
I thought you were married to Walter.
Oh,
You didn't tell us that. We didn't know that.
Walter Fitch.
Before then.
You get married to that. What was his? That
Walter
Ormsby she's
Fitch.
talking about?
Yeah. Were you married
Oh,
to
right,
Walter
yeah.
Fitch?
Norm Ormsby.
Yeah. must have married him before. We didn't even know it.
Walter Fitch, wasn't he from the West?
Yeah, didn't you marry him?
Yeah, you married him.
Married someplace, I don't know, I forget now.
Yeah, you married Walter Fitch.
you see.
Yeah.
Walter Fitch. Walter Fitch has a big Charlie's
Dad.
side of the house. Walter Fitch. Be darned if I know where he is. No. Or I is. Maybe he was from the West, was he?
Yes. he was.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I know the label.
I know, but were you married to him?
Walter Fitch.
Yeah.
Well, I was married to Charlie's father, so that's all I know about that.
Okay, well that would be
That
Walter.
was Walter. You were married to Walter.
I was married to Walter.
Yeah.
Fitch. Fitch, yes. And I had a baby up in that country, didn't they? One of the
You had
You had two babies.
two
up
babies
there.
there.
Oh, did I?
I wish I was there to
Who
see
were
that.
they?
Richard and Charlie.
Oh, yes, Charlie. Richard and
Mhm.
Charlie. Richard and Charlie.
They were just little fellas.
Well, you see, his father was a teacher. Where was I? Where did it?
Out
Be
west.
Dunkirk, Dunkirk, Saskatchewan.
Go to school. Oh, that's the funny thing, you can't remember that. I guess they were born out there.
Yeah. And then who did you marry?
After what?
After you were married to Walter.
Well, I can't remember that. That's pretty far, too.
Were you married to a Wilson?
To who?
To a Wilson?
I don't know what you said.
Wilson. Were you married to a Wilson? Or where did I come from?
I can't remember.
Were you married to Willard?
Really, too.
Willard Wilson.
Oh, well, Willard Wilson, where did he live then? Out west?
No, that was Walter lived out west.
Oh, Walter. Well, what's happened to him?
He died.
He did.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened to him now. He'd actually had something happen to him.
Yeah, he was killed, wasn't he?
He's buried in Moose Jaw, I think.
Yeah.
Walter.
Fitch.
Walter. Was that the right first name I had?
Yeah. Walter and his brother Arthur.
Arthur was the brother. They were Ontario people. They came from someplace not far from here, their parents.
Bethany used to.
How'd you meet Walter?
Walter would be. Walter was it?
She always says Toronto.
One.
We ask her and she starts talking about Toronto.
Hmm?
Where did you meet Walter?
I don't think he ever said.
Maybe he was a teacher, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, but where did you meet him?
Well, he was in Ontario, I think.
Oh.
I can't remember him being out in Saskatchewan. Walter. It might have been there when if he was teaching.
Hey, your relatives around.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh.
was where?
And there's still some there because I seen the names in the mailbox.
Wasn't she
Oh,
working in Toronto then?
And the answers.
Was he
Yeah,
where?
must have been.
You were working in Toronto.
He never ever told me either.
Working in
Like they
Toronto.
had a
I
bar
was a
in
long
Toronto.
time ago to that.
Yeah.
I didn't have any husband then, did I?
No, but did you meet Walter in Toronto?
I don't think so.
No.
I think I met him somewhere in the country.
Are you having fun?
Walter. No, but he came out from out the east, I believe. The ones that belong to the fellows that came from out east.
Bethany.
Bethany's.
Simpsons. But how are they related?
Who?
Sissons, how are they related? They were,
Yes, there's
she
one
was
of
an
them.
aunt or something, wasn't she?
Yeah, there was assistants too in that family.
She was married to a Sissons. She was sisters.
Yeah.
Sister.
Oh, I can't remember the Sisson family now. It's so long ago.
Doesn't mention, well, doesn't mention any girl and that stuff. Charlie did. Mention. It only mentions way back George, Charles, and Walter way back in England.
Walter.
A couple
Walter
generations.
who now?
Walter Fitch.
Yes, it was Arthur Fitch was another. Oh, that family. Long time ago. I can't remember. I guess they're all dead. Many of them left. Gone
Who was
somewhere.
Annie Sisson? Was she Walter's sister? Or an aunt?
She was an aunt. They had lived in Bethany, Ontario. That's east of Toronto, or is it west of
The
Toronto?
East.
That's what that family came
So she must have been a bitch.
from. Of course, Walter's buried in Saskatchewan, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had 3 husbands, you see.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of them?
You were married to Walter,
He killed them all.
and then you were married to Willard, and then you were married to Wellington.
Who was the last one?
Wellington Beirnes.
You must like
Oh.
the names that started with a W, did you?
Yeah.
Huh?
The WW3.
You must like names that started with a W.
Sure, yeah. What's that?
With a W.
Soviet.
With a W.
Walt.
Walter, Willard, and Wellington.
Oh, the name.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I did. I don't know about that. I don't suppose I married a man because they had a name.
Didn't marry them for their name.
But it was them that was wanting me, not me wanting them.
Oh. You
So,
just
you
married
know,
them just
They knew
for...
I could round up things for them right. And even if they were educated, one of them was a teacher, and that's all he knew was education. And when he went and got on the farm, had a farm out there in the west with his brother, why, I was the farmer.
Yeah. You need to be the teacher.
Well, I don't know if it was him that didn't know how to hire a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know as I can't say I went up and showed him how, but
That's why he took you out there, I guess, on the farm, because he knew how to do it.
yeah, I think, well, of course, Walter was the teacher, you see. Walter
What did he teach?
Fitch, wasn't he?